the queen of the hurricanes. She was told she'd never walk again. Then she built the planes. That won the war. What if I told you that the woman responsible for building over 1,000 fighter planes during the most destructive war in human history was doing it from a wheelchair? And that before she ever touched a blueprint? Doctors told her she might never stand again. Her name was Elsie Gregory MacGill, born in Vancouver, Canada, in 1905, in a time when a woman choosing engineering wasn't just unusual, it was considered absurd. But Elsie didn't care what was considered normal. While other girls were being told to prepare for marriage, Elsie was disassembling machines. In 1923, she enrolled in electrical engineering at the University of Toronto. She was the only woman in the entire program. The whispers followed her everywhere, the skeptical glances. She lasted 4 years and became the first woman in Canada to earn the degree. She wanted to build planes. She traveled to the United States to study aeronautical engineering. And then, life stopped her. At just 24 years old, Elsie contracted polio. The doctors delivered their verdict. She might never walk again. From her hospital bed, she kept studying. From her wheelchair, she kept drawing. She learned to walk again with braces on both legs. In 1938, she was appointed Chief Aeronautical Engineer at Canadian Car and Foundry. She was the first woman in the world to hold that title. Europe was collapsing. Britain was desperately trying to rearm. They needed planes. Specifically, they needed the Hawker Hurricane. Canada had agreed to build them. But the Hurricane was designed for English weather. Canadian winters could freeze fuel lines and ground fleets. Elsie looked at the British blueprints. Then she looked at a Canadian winter, and she got to work. She redesigned the engine heating systems and streamlined the production process so that planes could be assembled faster without sacrificing precision. She commanded the room with knowledge and precision. Under her leadership, CanCar produced 1,451 Hawker Hurricanes. The press called her the Queen of the Hurricanes. Those planes flew in the Battle of Britain, North Africa, and the Soviet Union. When the war ended, she moved into aviation consulting and became a fierce advocate for women's rights and equal pay. Elsie MacGill died in 1980. She left behind a world more willing to believe that the person who changes everything might not look like anyone expected. Subscribe to Notably None. All stories are real, but characters and scenarios are imagined.